Hey, what's up guys, this is 9, and in this video I'm going to be telling you guys about a whole bunch of new Call of Duty Go sniper information that's come up over the last few days since people have been able to get their hands on legit retail copies of the game, getting closer and closer to the official release date of Call of Duty Ghosts. So now that people have been able to play the game in the comfort of their own homes rather than at events like Eurogamer, I believe, or the Call of Duty Ghosts multiplayer event, people have really had a lot of time to experiment and figure out all the little minute details of sniping in Call of Duty Ghosts. So the first thing I'm going to go over is trickshotting. Personally, I'm not a huge trick shotter, but I know a lot of you guys are going to be interested in this kind of stuff, so I thought I'd pass along the information since I know a lot about sniping in Call of Duty Ghosts right now. A lot more than the average person, I would say. So anyways, trickshotting in Call of Duty Ghosts is very similar to Modern Warfare 3 trickshotting. So I know this might be a little bit of a letdown to trickshotters because the ideal situation would be exactly like Modern Warfare 2 trickshotting, but I think this is Infinity Ward's way of making a balance between the players who want to play Search and Destroy regularly and people who want to trickshot. They're kind of trying to make sure that it's not, Search and Destroy isn't completely dominated by trickshotters, but I don't think they mind trickshotting being possible, otherwise they would have taken it out completely. So it's very similar to Modern Warfare 3 trickshotting. The YY is similar to Modern Warfare 3. You can do some equipment cancels, kind of similar to Modern Warfare 3 if you find a spot that's high enough, which there are. And if you didn't know this, it also goes all the way up to 20 sensitivity, which is new. Don't ask me how I got this information, but like I said, a lot of people have their hands on legit retail copies of the game now, so this information is very creditable. Anyway, so let's get on to the next point. Or actually, sorry. First I want to mention that there's a lot of high points on the majority of the maps in Call of Duty Ghosts. I would say actually maybe more high points than some of the previous Call of Duty games we've seen. More opportunities to trickshot on the map. So I thought that was interesting. The maps are very nice. I think that graphically it's extremely impressive, and if you didn't know what system you were playing on, I think the current gen versions of Call of Duty Ghosts could be mistaken for the next gen versions if you hadn't played the next gen version yet. So I'm quite impressed with the game so far. I think it's gonna be a huge hit, and the sacrifices that I talked about in my previous video, if you watch that, like the no theater mode and the no ground war, I don't think are really going to be a big deal because the other improvements they've made in other areas of the game more than make up for it, in my opinion. For example, with Extinction, it's kind of like Nazi Zombies, where it could be a game by itself, but they just throw it in there with the game and keep it the same price. It's like, it's not that big of a deal to me that theater mode's not in the game once they add something like Extinction. It feels like you're getting a good deal, in my opinion, but I don't know, let me know what you guys think about that. Are you really upset about theater mode not being there? Because I think the average Call of Duty player probably doesn't really use theater mode. It's a very small percentage, and of course, yeah, being a YouTuber, theater mode does come in handy every now and again, but even me, it's like, I'm not using it every time I'm playing COD, so to me, it's not that big of a deal. Of course, I'm not an editor, but I think hopefully on the PC version of the game, they'll have a way for editors to do something similar to what theater mode offered for consoles. So anyways, moving on. So one thing that I was really happy about is reload canceling is back. So if you're watching this gameplay here, you'll notice that I'm reloading after every shot with the L11. And the reason I do that is because it allows me to shoot almost twice as fast as I usually would if I wasn't reloading after every shot. So reload canceling is something that takes a little while to get used to. Actually, to be able to be as accurate while reload canceling as you usually would without reload canceling, it takes quite a while to get back up to the same level. But once you've got it, it's a lot of fun, and it's really hard to go back to playing normally. So that's why I reload cancel pretty much all the time with bolt action sniper rifles now. I just feel like it's so much more fun. But anyways, I'm happy that that's back, and it's something that I really enjoy in Call of Duty, and it's good that it's back, in my opinion. If you guys don't know what reload canceling is, I'll probably make a video in Call of Duty Ghosts to show you guys all what it is. And also the last thing I want to talk about is the Hunted game mode. So Hunted is described as resources are limited, fight for control of weapon drops to gain superiority. That sounds a lot like Dropzone to me. I don't know about you guys, but out of all the game modes for Call of Duty Ghosts, that sounds the most like Dropzone. Weapon drops, fighting over the weapon drops. you know, it's not exactly the same as Dropzone, but it's the closest thing to it compared to any other Call of Duty we've seen. So that could potentially be an amazing game mode for hitting clips and making montages, but I guess we'll have to see once we get multiplayer lobbies going, which should be in a few days. So anyways, I hope you guys have enjoyed this commentary. If you want to ask me a bunch of questions, leave comments down below in the comment section or message me on Twitter, and subscribe if you haven't already. I'll see you next time with a new video. Peace.